Peggy 18.
The 10 brand new maps in Battlefield 4 each have their own Levolution events. One of them sees the city streets being flooded, but the action begins in DICE's level editor. We've got a plan view of the map.
Yes.
So talk us through all these lines, what they mean.
So you can see that they've actually circled the area, that's the infantry area. This is what they imagine will be the best, the highest fidelity area for infantry combat.
Okay.
And then they have the conquest lined out, and then rush, which is just the orange line.
Can you fly us through this?
So this is the view that designers most commonly work in. You can see things here like, for example, this is a capture point. But then, if you really want to see how things look, you just turn on the game view, and this is what it's going to look like in the game.
That's really, really nice. And I see you've got the narrow streets here. So they start off dry, but of course we've seen in the Levolution trailer, we've seen a levee bursting and water coming out, which I guess completely changes the dynamic of the map.
It does, very much. So you start off with land vehicles in this level, and it's kind of free-for-all for infantry to be down on the ground and all that sort of stuff. But then, if players focus on taking this levee down, then this whole street is going to just flood, and we raise the water by about 4 meters, which of course changes things up drastically. There's no more room for land vehicles. There are a few amphibian vehicles that can still be used, but the rest we replace with boats.
How do we trigger this event? Do we just put some C4 on it and hop it?
C4, any type of vehicle, rocket launchers. You can stand. You have a lookout point here. Both if you want to defend it or if you want to take it down. You have this flag that's close to the levee.
So depending on whether you're attacking or defending, I guess some people would want this levee to be destroyed and some would want it to be left alone.
If you feel like you're overwhelmed on the street level, for example, you might want to mix things up by getting some boats in there. There are both drawbacks and positives in, for example, being in infantry when the water level is raised. You can get in to places where you couldn't get in before. In the middle of the buildings, you can just swim in, and you can swim under things. But the drawback then is that it takes quite a while to go to the points on the exterior. So, for example, the park, you're going to have to swim all the way to the park. Same thing with the gas station.
Now, Tom, I know this is work in progress, but that levee is teasing me. There's water spurting out. So can you do us a favour and just trigger that event?
I can, yes.
There it goes.
And the water starts coming in.
It crumbles and in it comes. There we go, massive wave, and that's filling all the streets with water now and completely changing the environment.
You can see the water still raising. Here, where you could get in before, you're soon not going to be able to access it, so you need to find other routes.
And here is that map, Flood Zone, in all its HD glory.